Welcome to Wisdom Wednesday number 59. You can change your karma. Questioner. I have done a lot of things that I regret, and there are many things I wish I could have done. I fear I am doomed for hell, a destiny waiting for me. What chance do I have to experience light, happiness, and freedom? Will my karma bite me in the tail? That's a cute question, but I'm sure some of you are really suffering from your karma right now, and that's probably what's happening for you. That's why you're asking the question, because you're starting to feel the results of the karma of your past, and you're wondering, is it just going to be, a future of hell? Okay, well, let's talk about what karma is. Karma is like an energetic thread of cause and effect in time and space dimension. So you are originally whole and complete, but because we have as if dropped from that vision of oneness and we're feeling separate from our original source, we are now left with a dualistic vision. So we look out into the world separating one side of a wholeness and then the other side. So now we have opposites. There's one side and then there's the other side. So karma is based on a dualistic vision. So that's why they say that you're meant to experience wholeness, but in the world of separateness, you're going to experience the wholeness, but in two parts. One side and then its opposite side, because that's the dualistic vision. If you had a vision of oneness, everything that's occurring for you in this relative world would not be karma for you, because you experience the wholeness of things all the time. But because we're divided by time and space, you experience one side of something now, and with time, you experience the other side. So that's why they say you're going to get the fruits of your action. Whatever you do today, sow today, you will reap tomorrow. That's because there's a time and space dimension, and that happens only in the dualistic vision. Okay, so everything that you've done in your past life, everything you thought, all of those actions are accumulated in a big pot. We call it the sunchit pot of karma. And every day you're adding to that pot. And every day there's a different outcome because of the mixture that's going on in that pot. So you have control over your destiny every time you add a new action. So if you do a lot of unconscious actions or a lot of scattered actions, or your mind is scattered and then your actions come out sort of aggressive or unconscious reactive, then you're going to get those kinds of results. Somehow it's going to come back to you within a period of time. But what we're here to do as yogis and meditators is to clean up our karma, or to reduce our karma or the effect of the karma on us, so that we can open ourselves up to more grace and divine experiences. So we need to add more sattvic action. So if you were to create a yoga lifestyle now, let's say you had a life of addictions and abuse and all of that kind of stuff. Your future looks like hell. Let's say in 6 months' time from now, based on your karmic record, you're going to have, let's say in the future, you're going to have an accident happen to you that's going to hurt your arm and leg, and then you're going to be disability for a while, and there's going to be some misery and difficulty and income problems and all that. Let's say 6 months from now, based on the karma that you've created up to now. But if you decided today, for the next 6 months, you're going to live a more yogic lifestyle, more positive and encouraging, change your thinking, be around people who are positive and happy, that can teach you things, that are open and their heart's open. They see you as a divine being, not as an ego being. You decide to change your behavior and your actions. Then the karma that was destined for you in 6 months' time, let's say it would have been an accident and income problems and negativity and all that. By the time those 6 months come up, your whole karmic outcome will be different. It'll be a different printout because of what you've added to that pot of karma. So you can be in a responsible position to change your karma. And I'll give you a really fun story about in India, hundreds of years ago, there was a highway robber who would maybe hurt people to take their jewels. And his name was Valmiki. He would sometimes kill people or steal and then make difficulty for people to take their jewels. He was doing this for quite a while until he started to feel the results of his karma. And then he was walking in the forest one day, and he came across a guru or a sadhu, a wise person speaking some wisdom to his disciples. And so he decided to come up and ask, and because he loved the sound of what this person was saying, and he started to feel a lot of light inside of him. And he went over to the sadhu or the wise person, and down onto his knees and begged for teachings, wise teachings. So this guru or this wise person told him that he had to meditate. And this is how he was going to burn his karma, by meditating and putting his attention on his higher divine self. So what Valmiki did was he sat down, and the story goes that there was a whole anthill built around him, how long and how dedicated his intention was on this vision of oneness. So his karma started to change because when he came out of his meditation, he was in a state of bliss and connectivity that on one level, his karma was coming back to him. He would walk the street and some people would recognize that he was the one that, killed his brother or something. And then they would throw stones at him. But he was in such a state of love and union that whatever was coming to his body, he did not experience it as bad karma. He just fully accepted it. And instead, actually, he was in such a state of love. He had compassion and love for the people who were throwing stones at him. So he changed his karma because of where he put his attention. And then he went on later on to even write some scriptures and did some amazing, powerful things for people in the future. So he changed his karma totally around. So as you add your practices to this karmic bucket or this karmic pot, these practices are going to have their results, and you will live those results. Your life will become more whole, more alive, more joy, more connected, more heart, and love for everyone because of your intention when you do the practice. So what are those practices? Yoga lifestyle practices means protecting your boundaries, your personal boundaries. Don't let people cross your boundaries. Be in good company. What is good company? People who see you as a pure being, not as someone who's done all those bad actions. People who can see right through your personality and your ego, mechanism and still hold you as a pure being. Those are rare, that kind of company. But you need to have that kind of company to help you have faith that you can move through all of the so-called bad karma that you've done, and you can start to create new good karma for yourself and for others. You need to meditate, you need to do yoga, you need to do pranayama. Pranayama is a great way of changing the agitation in your mind. So if you breathe longer, deep breaths, different exercises to control and stretch the power of your breath, this will have a calming and a more empowering effect on the way you think. And just make a decision to see others as your own self. And that's where karma is the biggest problem for people, is that you see others separate from you. So if you see others as your own self and included inside of you, then your whole karmic results or fruits will be such that you will receive love and affection from others. So from this, you can change your karma if you choose to. And that's it for today's Wisdom Wednesday. See you next Wisdom Wednesday. Bye.